Oh, damn it. We have Dick.
What? It's a super special day today.
I'm
We are
only
very
willing to be
excited.
a dick for two women, though.
That's right. Nobody else in the world are people allowed to call you that.
That's
so.
exactly it.
Mr. Richard Ruiz of the same name Yarn has
That's
come to
right.
Edmonton, and we get to sit and chat with him this week.
I am very, very. This has been in the works for a long time,
It has been so,
and I'm super excited that you're here.
so, and they smell wonderful. Too bad we don't have scratch and sniff on this thing.
It really is. We need smell-o-vision. Most days.
So we're here just to chat. Richard has some really exciting things to talk about. He's on a magazine.
He is. He's a cover boy.
Ooh, I just
Well,
wish it
his
was
yarn's a
me.
cover boy. But no, I mean, it's really great to hear the name. Everybody knows, the yarns of Richard DeVries, but it's so fun to put a face to the company.
Yeah.
If you haven't met you at a trade show or something like that before, don't you think?
I do, and
Especially
I like
when
meeting
you're
people.
this cute. Everybody should
Oh,
know who you
jeez.
are.
Yeah, that's it. So,
Where are you from? Tell us just
Okay.
give us a little bit of a background.
I live 30 minutes south of Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada, because I know this goes international.
Yes.
And yeah, on an 8-acre farm in the middle of nowhere.
So how far is that from Toronto?
From the downtown Toronto, 2 hours northwest.
Okay.
Oh, so quite a bit.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I don't think.
Is it
anything about
farmland, like out rolling farmland
It's
kind of thing?
farmland, mainly in that area, cattle farms. So
Oh.
lots of crops now.
Okay.
So that type of thing. But it's becoming a tourist area. It's becoming Bracebridge, Muskoka on the other side of Georgian Bay.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well,
So it'd be
Georgian Bay I've
beautiful.
definitely heard
Yeah.
of.
So it's
Cottage
so
country,
I mean,
right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
close to Collingwood.
Okay, we're going to get a few of these little questions about how, out of the way at the beginning. How did you tell us how you got into yarn dyeing?
Into yarn dyeing.
Well, yeah.
how
Like, how did your life take that route? I'm always
Okay.
fascinated
And that's
because
just-
nobody ever just
No.
starts that way.
It started with I bought. We were on a farm that was built in 1837, and it had an empty barn. And empty barns deteriorate if you don't put animals in them. And so I started
Oh.
doing some research, and I discovered that after backstep a bit here. Before I started doing the research, I bought 2 commercial sheep.
Oh.
You don't castrate one of those suckers, you end up with 3 sheep. So from 3 sheep, we ended up with 54 merinos.
So what
And
was your
No
intention when you
way.
bought 2, though? Did you not intend to...
Did you want them to be pets?
I wanted them to be pets. I just wanted to have something to have fun
Okay.
with and be pets. And then I
Oh,
started thinking,
that's
okay, what do I do with this wool? I've
so
got wool
cute.
now, so I had to take up spinning.
Yes.
And then after spinning, I started to dye. Then we did merinos, and I ended up for my 19th birthday. My partner said, "What would you like to do?" And I said, "Let's go look at sheep." And he said, "Well, you've been doing all this research on merinos. Which is the closest farm?" I said, "There's one in Ohio that's 9 hours away, and there's one in New York State that's 8 hours away." He said, "We'll go to the one that's closer." So for 8 hours at nauseum, I heard, "We're only going to look."
Uh-huh.
Famous last words. I've heard
So-
them.
It's like when you're
So-
going to look at puppies. We are not bringing home a puppy.
We are not bringing home a puppy. So we went, and it was Moorhouse Farm, which is right by Rhinebeck and Red Hook, New York area. And so we went in, and Margaret, brought us into this field with this beautiful ram and 5 ewes.
Oh.
And the ewes walked away, and this ram named Peppino, who the yarn's named for,
Wow.
stood there, and she scratched him under the chin. And Robert said, "How much?"
No.
And I was so wanting to say, "I thought we were only coming to look," but I just kept my
You just
tongue.
gotta hustle it into the car and get out of there.
By the end of the weekend, we had bought their show string. We had bought 6 sheep.
No.
And 6 sheep eventually ended up with 54 merinos in Canada.
And
you
your
get-
plan was to start breeding them? Like when you go home with 6, you're like, okay, plans have changed?
We have changed. We started breeding them, and they're pets and breeding stock wool, and
Yeah.
just started selling fleeces, competing at the Royal Winter Fair in Toronto, and so things snowball.
That is very cool. So you've kind of done every little avenue that it's fiber
Yes.
related.
I
You
started
said weaving?
I started off, so we had the fleece, so I started spinning, started dyeing, started weaving, and it just went from there. So then I started doing weaving fabrics, black and white, and
Oh.
I would dye the fabric, or I
Yeah.
would dye the yarn, and
Okay.
then weave it. And I used to do one of a kind and do women's full length coats and tapestries and that.
So you would weave the fabric, and then somebody else would make the coat?
Yes.
Okay.
So I wove the fabric. I cut
Wow.
out people who used to be ex-costumers from the Stratford Festival because they just know what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You know, they would put it together, and so they had all those little finishing techniques. So because it was
That's
fully
amazing.
lined and everything, and so I
Had you knit yet?
no.
Not yet.
Knitting has taken up. It's only been about 5 years since
No.
I started knitting. So
And how long have you been dyeing?
seriously now, as a business, just probably 15, 16 years.
So a long time.
Yeah.
So how does that start? Like you start dyeing, and then were you selling it online, or?
No, I was dyeing, and I used to dye for another place, and it went from there.
Yeah.
We started our own business, and because my partner had just said, let's see what we can do. We wanted to try
Right.
something new.
Right.
So, and he was, had retired, and he wanted to take on.
So you started your own company.
We started our own company.
What did you do before this started? Like, this is a major shift in what.
So I actually used to be in the import-export business in Toronto. So I used to do
Okay.
air freight exports, and that's actually how a business started. I did air freight exports, and I specialized in dangerous goods, live animals, shipping dead
What?
people. Yes.
You don't even think about that needs to be a thing.
You forget what's all goes on the plane. You think it's just
Oh
your
my
luggage, but there's
God, I
all
never
kinds of
even
other
thought of
stuff that
that.
goes on the plane. So and then because of the sheep and that, I started a business called Foreign Fleece and Fiber Imports. So I used to bring in fleeces of sheep breeds we didn't have in North America, and I did the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival.
And sell them as fleece, or
as
process
fleeces.
them, or
Nope, sold them as fleeces
Okay.
for people that for breeds that we didn't have here.
Yeah.
yeah,
And so, because I didn't want to impact on
That's
the North
exciting.
American, sheep business.
of course.
So I bring in Sway and Teeswater and Wensleydales and all that type of
Nice.
stuff. So yeah,
Okay, so,
So I love that. I love your story.
thank you.
Yeah.
I love hearing people's stories that start from the beginning.
And I mean,
like that.
yarn dyeing's not your only thing.
No.
You have got another super passionate.
Oh, my French
side.
bulldogs.
Your French
I
bulldogs.
love my Frenchies. So I have 7 French bulldogs, which breed show, and so that's the other passion.
It
And I'm
seem-
one over quota.
It
So,
seems to me like those are both full-time
yeah,
things,
They
and you're
are.
doing them both.
I'm doing them both. It's a passion. I
Yes.
mean, it is. And if I can incorporate doing a dog show with a yarn show at a shop, then I get to.
bonus.
Yeah, so it's fun. And a lot of the shop owners actually have store dogs.
I'm sure.
And they watch dog shows or they know the different things.
Do you
and
ever bring dogs to
I
your...
have. I have. So
Lucky.
as long as they don't have to go on a plane, I don't mind. So.
Yes.
So up until now, you've sold exclusively to yarn stores.
Yes.
And so you're making a little bit of a change and are
We-
going to tell us about that.
We're doing it now. We're selling online. We're still doing wholesale, but we're
Yeah.
selling online also. And we had originally started the online shop to gear to Canadians because Canadians brought up a good point.
Yes.
Why am I buying mail order from the United States
Oh,
when it's
Richard.
dyed in my own country?
And I mean, it's terrible now. It doesn't even see. It used to be like I used to think, oh, if it's $200 or more, you would get charged with a duty or handling or whatever. It seems like now anything that comes across the border, and that first of all you're paying U.S. dollars, then you're paying shipping, then you're paying whatever. It gets really expensive.
It is.
I
And
don't know why more Americans aren't buying Canadian
Canadian.
with the dollar exchange anyway, but that's a huge valid point.
And the other thing is too, Canada's huge, and
Yeah.
there's so many people that are in rural areas don't have a local yarn
Yes.
shop, so we need to be able to supply them.
It's kind of like a global local yarn shop now. Now, when you can buy things online, you don't have to. I mean, I love a good local yarn shop.
Yeah.
We've got to support our local yarn shops. But if you don't have one really close to you, or you've only got one or whatever, this is a great thing
Yep.
that you can get these great quality indie yarns. Do you consider yourself an indie yarn?
I do.
Because
Yeah.
it's all
I
hand.
would.
It's all
I
hand
would-
done.
I
Yeah,
would
it's
too.
all hand done. I mean, I
I
still
would
have
too.
some dye. I
And
wear gloves.
Who
but it's
dyes your yarn?
Me. Just
yeah.
me.
I was
mean,
surprised to hear that. Not surprised that you I think I was surprised that you exclusively dye your own yarn.
So-
that you didn't have more staff.
What is your day like?
I'm usually up between 5 and 6.
Why?
On purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like sunrises.
I'm a morning person too,
I'm
but
a
that's
morning
a little
person.
early.
I like sunrises, and if I am happy with every sunrise I see, because it means I haven't died in my sleep.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So I mean, and I got news for you. I've got 7 dogs. You're up early. Or,
It's
I don't want to be
true.
cleaning up a mess in the
I know,
kitchen.
it's true.
So
It's
they
so
got to
true.
get out. And so my day starts at like 5, 6 in the morning.
And that's coffee and dogs.
That's coffee and dogs. And
Okay.
then another coffee. And then we feed the dogs.
Yeah.
And so then we go for our walks. So we do about like 4 walks a day.
Oh, how
around
nice
the
is
property.
that?
So, and you
That's
need it.
really
I mean,
nice.
I need
Can
to
they
get
not
out.
just go outside and run around?
They have a penned area. They
Yeah.
do have an area they can go outside and run around. And they have a really hard life. They spend the summer months or when it's nice weather on the deck by the dye studio.
You could have a dog camp. I could send my dogs out there like summer camp.
Okay. So, oh yeah, that's it. I will. We'll do some sort of.
There you
thing.
go. I mean,
can
I don't
come
want
too.
your dogs
You
back,
can come
but
too.
I'll just send my dogs on holiday.
And I mean, we walk them by the. We have a big koi pond, and of course, they just love going in there because they get to eat the koi food.
Yeah.
You know, and then they've got terrible
that's
breath.
so fun.
So-
So dyeing starts. I mean, I know it's not like 9 to 5 kind of thing, but
Dyeing-
how much of your day is dyeing?
Generally try to be in the dye studio by 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Now, we're in Ontario right now. It's very hot and humid.
Right.
So I try to go in earlier and, be done early because like the last 4 or 5 days, I have been dyeing in weather that is 28 degrees Celsius. So in the
Before
80s,
the pots.
With boiling water, and the
Yeah.
humidity is like 44% in there.
Oh my
I have the
gosh.
cleanest pores in the county.
No kidding.
So I mean,
They've had heat warnings, like feels like 44 degrees with the humidity.
Yeah.
so and it is.
So have
it's-
fun on your holiday out there, Jody.
so that's, and then I mean I stop for lunch, and I do dog walks, so I do
Yeah.
come out every once
Do
in a
you
while.
dye? Is it like a Monday to Friday thing? Do you dye every
I
day?
have dyed yarn on Christmas Day.
No.
I have. So
Why?
I mean, I just do. I mean, the stuff needs to be
That is
done.
the one day a year our store is closed.
Yes.
Yes,
So I
there's
mean,
only
it's
one.
just I dye yarn on my birthday. I just
Yeah.
dye yarn, but I also get to select the days I take off.
I feel
Sure.
that way too when you have a home business. There's some days where I work Saturday, Sunday, but I might take off a Monday afternoon, right? It's
Sure.
flexible that way. And
Sure.
isn't that a great way to have a business?
It is, and
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I want to do now. It's great fun. But then again, I am sometimes dying at 1 o'clock in the morning still because I need to
Wow.
get stuff done.
Wow.
And if I have certain things in pans and I want to keep those colors nice and crisp,
Yes.
they have to be done.
Yeah.
So-
And
how
you're so lucky that people, it's a fortunate way to be super busy.
Yes.
That people want your work.
Well, I can't stand it when I hear people say I'm bored. I'm like, here, I'll give you a list.
Right.
I'm
Right.
never bored.
That's the worst thing.
So
It's
how many
obnoxious.
skeins are you dyeing a week on average?
Well, it's done because some of the yarn's dyed in hank. Some of it's dyed in a hank that is 1 kilo or 2.2 pounds. So, and those are generally about 18 skeins in there.
What is
So-
that?
Sorry.
What do you sell that's that big?
I don't. It's done in. It goes down into the.
Oh,
It's
and then
broken down into the skeins.
You guys do that on site?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
I had
some
no
of the yarn's
idea.
dyed in hank and then broken down
I
into
had
the
no
smaller
idea.
skeins, and then some of the yarn's dyed in skein. And the way it comes from the mill is the way I dye it. The way it goes
Okay,
out.
I did not
So,
know that.
Yeah. So,
So
we do both.
you're the dyer, and you've got an amazing group that works
We
with
have
you to
two-
do shipping and
We have two
packaging.
really nice ladies who work for us, work with us, doing the reeling and and then Robert does the accounting and the twisting, and he's the one that is make sure there are gorgeous skeins, that there is.
Well, they look
no-
amazing.
He's an
I mean-
excellent twister.
Holy shit! I mean, sorry.
Nope.
It's
No.
true.
Do you
But
guys have a gadget for that, or it's
There
just
is.
him?
He has a little gadget that he does use, but I mean, they're immaculate.
They are immaculate.
Even the stores make comments. They're like, "My gosh!" They're like, "Who does this?"
Yeah,
And I'm
they
like,
are gorgeous.
Robert.
They're gorgeous.
I mean, he won't let anyone else do it.
so we shouldn't call them Dick's Crew. That's
No.
not good. No.
No.
Okay, no.
So,
Can
but
we
yeah,
talk about this shawl?
So this is raising the bar.
You
and
guys.
It's done after your favorite cocktail.
I love this. Tell us
So-
all about this because these
Okay.
This
are
is the one I
super,
wanted to
super,
show.
Super fun.
Michelle Meadows, who has Muskoka Yarn Connection in Bracebridge, Ontario, who is a fabulous designer.
And that's a
I
yarn-
came. Sorry.
That's a yarn shop.
It's a yarn shop.
Okay.
And she also designs.
Look, there's a
and
puppy
she
yellow.
came up with the. Well, actually, I came up with the pattern idea, and she designed the pattern.
Yeah.
So it's based on your favorite cocktail. So I mean,
Love.
the Blue Lagoon has got Blue Lagoon colorway in it, and then it's got the natural
Oh, I love it.
and azure blue, and then the little accent of orange is for your orange slice.
Yeah.
Of course.
We have the mojito, and same thing, and it comes with 3 refreezable ice cubes, a shot glass,
Yeah.
a paper umbrella, cocktail stitch marker, and a funky straw.
Well, this is a
And the pattern.
true party in your mailbox.
This
We
is a
always say
party in your mailbox.
This is-
Exactly.
This is a true party in your mailbox.
So get the girls together and the guys, and you can just drink up a storm. And
I love it.
Tracie's got on strawberry daiquiri.
Which, in the
we
day,
have-
I used to love a good strawberry daiquiri, and I would
So
still
I
drink
know.
it.
So Richard's
neat.
got so many of these here. I just want to show a couple of more because I mean they're
I'm a-
so.
and
How
there's
much
so
fun
many.
was this to figure out
Thank
what
you.
drinks you were doing?
Well, we picked the top 10, to do, and then we do specialty ones too, because this one is a Bloody Mary.
So
then
were
the
you
Bloody Mary.
inspired by the drink?
I was inspired by the colors in the drink.
Right.
And I wanted the knitters to have
So did
fun.
you Google image cocktails?
Oh, yeah.
And then just like,
And
I
top
love
10,
this one.
yeah, and I looked at the pictures, the colors in it are just great fun.
They are. I
This is
really
backwards.
love.
This is Tequila Sunrise.
Well,
Doesn't that look
that's gorgeous. And I mean, these are perfect for summer.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
They're nice
I mean,
and
they're
airy
perfect
and-
all the time. And if you're lucky enough to be somewhere hot, these shawls are not too big. They're not going to be
No.
make you all hot and sweaty.
Just over
but
the
they're
shoulder
so
in the evenings
pretty.
Look at this
I
one,
love
you
the
guys.
Pico bind off.
This is called an
The loopy Pico.
old fashioned.
That's the old fashioned.
But
And I
look,
mean,
the little
so we
pop of
do,
yellow.
Manhattan.
That's a really
There's-
gorgeous.
Unfortunately, the most popular one isn't here, which is the crumbs. I go
Rum and Coke. Da-
a martini.
Oh,
the martinis.
what
Okay,
color
so
is
what
that?
color is that? When it's
We-
all clear,
Well,
olive.
no, we use the natural for the olive or for the clear, and then we use the colors that are in
Like green and red.
the green and red for the olive. We use the natural for the ice or
Yeah.
for the vermouth, and so
Yeah.
so it's so.
Okay,
it's
that's
very-
really
it's
fun.
simple.
I mean, that's really fun.
But there's all
There's
different
lots of
types of
themed
martinis.
things in yarn. Right?
Yes.
There's the Harry Potter and the this and the that. It would be super fun to knit your favorite cocktail.
Yeah.
Or your mom's favorite cocktail or your friends and just give it to them. I love it.
Are these available on your website?
They are available on the website.
I've had the pleasure of knitting with your Pepino yarn and I
You
absolutely
guys,
love
it's
it.
beautiful.
It's a really beautiful high twist.
Twist yarn. And it wears
100% merino.
100%
superwash.
merino, superwash merino,
Yeah.
high twist, so you can use it for socks. It will wear.
Okay, I'm going to try that because I have some and I often think, well, that's probably not going to be the best choice, right? But it will. It's
It
good.
will. No, I mean, eventually it is. I wear it out in the ball of the foot, but it takes well over a year.
Okay, good.
For me, so. But see, and the fun thing about with this, the only side effect of this is wanting to come back for more yarn.
Well, definitely.
See?
And you know what I can appreciate about also another thing about your yarn are their 50-gram skeins.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, in between 50, 60 area.
Yeah. So what was your sort of thought between? I mean, the majority you find are 100-gram skeins.
So, because I mean, with doing things like this, I didn't want people to have to buy way too much of it to
Yeah.
get smaller projects done.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they're 200. This is 3 skeins, so they're 225 yards each, and then the mini is just a 25-yard one. So,
Perfect.
I mean,
Okay. How fabulous is that pop of green
Those
for the
little
olive?
short rows
so
and
It
that
is.
bright color. So your colors. So this is what I'm used to seeing with your yarn right here.
so.
All these amazing speckled. Oh my God, you're amazing.
Thank you.
This
So I have fun.
speckling
It's great fun.
Yeah.
is
So-
unbelievable. I mean, it's very difficult to do yarn that looks like that.
It takes, I mean, I am so careful with things, and, I can't have windows or anything open, or else I end up with a new colorway.
Right.
Because things just
They're
go fly.
very delicate,
So,
but great coverage.
thank you.
I
So
think
I
I
do-
think it's beautiful. I love this. What's
And
this
I
one?
mean- Oh, Calabria.
Okay,
It's
love.
beautiful. When I was in Italy, I mean, the colors in Italy and that,
so
I was there
true.
for Pitti Filati, which is the most amazing yarn show going.
Is that what that is?
Oh, it's in Florence, and it is just beyond.
Well, next time you want to go, I'm
Oh my
available to
gosh.
accompany you.
I'm okay. It's one of these things where you get so excited because it's so artistic.
Yeah.
I mean, they go in days before it. Imagine a booth where it is a slab of glass that you're walking on with all the yarns under the glass.
That's amazing.
It's just
Well, and I remember seeing pictures of that H&H in Cologne,
Yes, in
Germany.
Cologne. Yeah, Handarbeit.
Very fancy booths there.
very different than what we see here.
You should go there.
I have a number of times.
Okay.
And there's the Knitting and Stitching Show in London, England, held at the Alexandria Palace.
Again, I'm available.
And you go and they have galleries set up.
Yeah.
So where they textile students, and they have all these
Yeah.
displays in that, and you get so hyped that you go out and buy stuff. I mean, from the
Right.
vendors. I mean, it's just amazing.
So
Okay,
tell us about
I was
that.
just gonna say,
Okay.
this is so beautiful,
Our Maker Life, they I mean, great people,
and it's a magazine all the time. What is this?
No, it's their second book that they've done, and it came out two weeks ago, and they used my yarn on the cover.
It's like yarn porn.
It
It's
is yarn
so
porn.
Beautiful.
The photography is beautiful.
What is
inside.
There's Lavanya.
So, I mean, it's got
We met Lavanya.
Okay. Okay.
So tell, what is this book?
I feel out of it because I've never seen this.
So the people, it's a
It's
whole
brand new.
collective of people that belong. They're Instagram people. That's we call just these ladies who have put this book together.
From social media.
Social influencers?
Yeah. So and
Well,
then
there's a
they
bunch of
hold
articles.
conferences. They hold conferences. The next one is in Chicago next month, July 14th area.
Okay.
And so, but it's only limited to like 130 people.
Well, there's a whole bunch of knitting patterns and crochet patterns.
And crochet. They make sure crochet's in there too.
And there's about 8 articles on
and they're
stories,
on Instagram,
and then there's a whole
and they're
bunch.
very inspirational. It's all the, I mean, the photography. They do all different types of fibers.
Oh, look
They
at
do,
that. These are people, like I'm noticing names that I follow on Instagram.
yeah. And I mean, the one lady is from
Oops.
Ontario.
Sorry
One
about
lady's
that.
from Chicago. I mean, they're all from different areas, and they
at
put
that.
all. So it is. It's just
That
an amazing book.
extreme maxi knitting, or whatever they call that, where you knit with yarn that's like the thickness of your arm. That's really
And
amazing.
they're all about inspiring people and getting to, be part of a group
How exciting that your yarn was chosen to
for
be
the cover.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I was
a big
thrilled.
deal.
It was a big deal. I was just like in
Look at the
tears. I was
weaving.
like, wow, thank you.
So is this?
I would like one of these magazines.
Like our
I'm gonna
other
have to get
beautiful
one of these
magazines, books we've been seeing. You can get it in yarn stores.
You can get it in yarn stores, and you can get it online also.
Okay,
And it's
So-
brand new. This is only the second volume that just came
Yeah.
out.
I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna
Tracey's
order,
a big
order
booker.
myself a book.
So I mean,
And
yeah.
I love this.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
articles
Lavanya.
as well. There's
Yeah,
articles,
there's inspirational articles
Yeah.
about like why did you get into it?
and
like
I love that.
the whole thing would be behind, like
Starting
what
to
were you
sweat.
doing beforehand, and
That's the stuff I love.
so it is
I
like why
love
are you doing
everybody's
this?
story, and everybody is
You
so
guys,
different.
the patterns
Jody,
in
look
this.
at that.
So I mean, it's the collective, and there's Danielle. I mean, she has a yarn shop in Oakville, Ontario,
Okay.
called Spun, and she's part of it too. And then one of the ladies who put the book together works at the shop. So
Check
well,
this out,
that's
you guys.
amazing.
Amazon.
I love seeing new
Amazon.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody's noticed, but we're on a location shoot today.
Yeah, we're on locale.
We are.
we're at
We're at Mom's and Dad's house.
so
So it's been really fun to sit
and
out
Mom's
here.
a lot of fun.
Mom is lots of fun.
I don't
is
think
fun.
Mom knows.
We
that
come
how
by
much
it
fun
very
she is.
I think
naturally.
I think you're the only. I didn't do that. That
I
was
know
already
you
like
didn't.
that.
I know it's.
Richard's the only knitting friend that has met her mom.
I think so too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, she's wonderful.
This I pulled out
Yes.
of Richard's suitcase just because I love
I
the
often
colors.
think she should come with us when we go places
Uh-oh.
because she would love it.
Oh, she would.
That's
She
why
would.
we want her to knit.
She might take all the
She
attention.
doesn't even have to knit. She could just come.
Yeah, but if sometimes it might be boring if you go to like a knitting marketplace.
Well,
I don't think she would. No, I
She's-
think she would entertain them.
she's been like yarn shopping with me before, and she goes, "What would you make with this?" And she'd pull something off the shelf, and it's like super hairy chenille something. I was like, nothing, probably, or a pillow.
A lovely boucle.
Exactly. But it's fun.
so
she does show an interest.
what's
in,
in the future for Richard DeVries, the company?
I want to try some new. I like the new. I like new. I would like trying new yarns or trying limited yarns
Yeah.
or something.
Limited yarns are really fun.
I mean, you get something from a mill that's going to be limited to 100 pounds,
Sure.
200 pounds.
Sure.
Dye it up, do something special
Yeah.
with it, do a really interesting parent.
Yeah.
I like the new. When I get a package in from the mill and it's full of, all these new yarns, I'm like,
It's
you just
thrilling.
want to start dyeing it. So it's
So
how's
do
it
you
gonna
break
take to
those
dye?
skeins down to try different colors?
Yes.
Yeah.
In
I do.
minis? Into minis?
I
Yeah.
do them about, generally about, say, 100 yards so that we can actually knit it up and see
Right.
what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
I can
Right.
have two knitters knit swatches up. I want their comments.
Yeah.
I have friends who are all knitters. They're the ones who have done all these garments. But I give it to them to knit because I want them to tell me what do they think
Yeah.
of the feel, the handle,
Totally.
how is it knitting, what's the,
Yep.
the twist on it, is it going to pill?
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
To have
the support.
Yeah, the background support of people giving you that honest feedback.
And I want honesty. Don't coddle me because it's
Right.
you want to make me feel good. That's not going to help business.
Right.
So how often does new colors appear? Like how often are you creating new things?
I the reason why I do this is because I get told no more new colors.
What?
We've got like over 900. We
Who's
don't
the
do them all.
boss here?
I know.
Well, I guess you can rotate them.
I can, and nothing's discontinued. I
Right.
mean, there is nothing
Well,
that's been
that's why.
discontinued. So, it may not be popular now. It had.
And do
it
you
was
do,
really
do you
popular.
dye seasonally then? Like you'll do a certain color palette?
No, I do
No?
it. No, I do stuff all the time. It's
Yeah.
because it's if it's selling, I'm going to dye it.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
Of course.
But same thing. I have several dye suppliers where the dye comes from, and when they send new colors, it's
Yes.
the same thing because I
Yes.
mix all the colors myself. So all my
Oh.
dyes are exclusive to me.
my
And I've
God.
asked people have asked me if I would start selling dye. I'm like, no. No,
So, do you have a secret recipe book?
yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
Actually,
good.
and it's on
Good.
the computer.
So do you
It's-
get just the pigments and then you sort of
I play and add
Yeah.
color and try this. Like we're gonna put.
There's
some
so
of
much
this-
science
fun.
involved
Oh,
in
it's just it
really,
is. It's
really good
great
dyeing.
fun.
Yeah.
And I mean it is. It's all the new yarn, new colors,
Yeah.
new things. It's always the new.
Yeah.
So which is you have to keep up with times.
Totally. Now, you do lots of speckles,
Yes.
variegated,
Yes.
tonal,
Tono.
no striping.
I don't do self-striping.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not good at math.
It's just a lot of work,
It's a
hey?
lot
There's
of
a
work.
lot of good self-striping
So,
dyers.
yes.
Do you ever get inspired by things like neon?
I like really bright colors.
Yeah.
I do like bright colors, but I haven't come up. None of my suppliers that I use do the
Oh, really?
iridescence.
Okay.
So now I do have one that wants me to try some dyes that he has because he's interesting.
Because this chartreuse is really beautiful.
Yeah.
What's that color? What's that colorway?
The chartreuse.
This
it's-
one.
that one is actually sea cucumber.
It's
It's
very
called,
bright. I
so-
love it.
With
the
a little bit
contrast
of a
with the
dark
purple.
with the bits of the stipple in it. So
Yeah.
it is. So and
That's a great color combination.
so-
That
and it's
purple and
again,
that green.
It's the raising the bar pattern, just not a cocktail.
Raising the bar pattern.
Raising the bar
Okay.
unraveling. It's
Okay.
just yep. And I mean it's 3 skeins with the mini skein, and you don't have to do a cocktail.
And I just love it's one of those portable. Everybody's like, "What am I going to knit in the summer? I don't want a big sweater
Yeah.
on my lap." This
This
is
is
a
it.
great choice.
and you're not and we've talked about it before. It's got to be a project that's going to hold your interest. And
Yeah.
the nice
Heck
thing
yeah.
about this is you're having 3 different color yarns and several changes of colors
got-
and stitches.
You've got stripes, you've got lace, you've got short rows.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always these are the things that fly off your needles.
Yeah, they really do.
And so one of the other things we talked about too before you came, and the timing of your coming, because it's late in June. Canada Day is July 1st,
And just-
and we do a big knit along.
Oh, excuse
Jody,
me. Don't
wake
mind
up.
me.
We
time were you
we
up
for
at?
the last 3. This will be our 3rd summer to do a Canadian knit along, and so we always love to see Canadian yarns used, Canadian dyers, and Canadian designers, and of course, patterns. and
Yes.
stuff like that. So you've brought a brand new pattern to show
I
us,
brought a
which
brand
is
new
like
pattern, and it's
crazy
it's
gorgeous.
inspired by these 2 wonderful ladies that
That's
I know.
crazy.
Couldn't tell you the names, but
right.
Yeah,
These
huh?
2 kooks.
these 2 wonderful.
Do you know I was up at 4 this morning?
Jody,
I'm sorry.
I was up at
Why were you up
3.
at 4?
because I just don't sleep well
Yeah,
lately.
I got up at 3 and got on a plane.
That is crazy. Okay, well, already off the bat, I love the bold color. And this really fun stitch. I don't even know what this is, but I really can't wait to knit it.
We have the pattern.
Okay,
I
good.
have the pattern over there.
It's
And
so beautiful.
Can you see? So this is called Celebration, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
celebrations. Yep.
And it's done in our Grocery Girl logo colors, which
But
is
look, these are rows of
crazy.
candles.
So the celebration can be your birthday.
It can be anything.
It's
That's what's so
yeah,
great about
July
this.
1st.
You guys,
can
this
be-
shape.
I love that rectangular wrap shape, and I love the baby,
little
baby
tassels.
tassels.
Tassel.
And the pattern is on Ravelry, and it comes with a tutorial for doing the tassels and just other
Oh,
little
you're
questions
kidding.
you may
Okay,
have.
good.
So
Well, it's adorable. And again, this is Michelle's pattern.
it's Michelle Meadows.
Michelle.
Are there
Meadows.
going to be kits, Richard?
There are. So the stores will have kits. You can contact your local store.
Yeah.
and See
Okay.
if they'll have kits. We will have the kits online at
These
richard.com.
colors are perfect. by
Just
the
keep
way.
watching.
Just keep watching.
I'm
Okay,
Yeah.
looking at these tassel colors. Perfect.
So, I mean, it's a lot of fun. She did a
this
fabulous
corally
job.
pink
She did a fabulous
is
job.
amazing.
I mean, and I love the fact that she looked at your logo and
Oh my
incorporated your colors
gosh.
and the story of, you know, how you were dressed in pink and blue.
Okay.
So,
And then, you know, you're right. This would be amazing for the Canada
The
Day and Ride Along.
candles,
So-
to me.
I feel like people,
I guess love.
if you knit that one, I feel like they should get an extra entry.
I totally do.
It would be really cool to see lots of those kits walking around. Jody, it's so
Look
good
how
on you.
effortless it is to wear, you guys. And just, I mean, it's 30 degrees today, so it won't be on
Yeah, I
long.
know. We're
but
hot and
Four,
sweaty.
Exactly.
How many skeins is this kit?
Okay, it's 3 skeins of the new colorway called Rah Rah Richard.
keep
Okay.
in mind they're 50-gram skeins.
Okay,
Okay.
and it's 7 skeins in total.
Okay.
And then one little mini skein for the flame on the candles.
Oh my gosh, that is seriously fun. That's a
So-
lot of color to play
She
with.
you guys put a lot of, did you have input?
I came up with the Rah Rah Richard colorway, and she
Ran
went
with
to town
it.
on the rest.
So she was very, very thoughtful on what she wanted it to look like and what she wanted to incorporate. And it's very special.
It's so beautiful. So she chose existing colorways of yours,
Yes.
these blues and
Yeah.
greens.
So
and the
this
pink.
gorgeousness is new.
So it's
But the
brand
variegated's
new.
brand new. It's
This is the
so
first time it's been seen.
Okay, I love it. I
So-
love that variegated one.
Okay, looking at it like this, you see all the beautiful mix of colors, but then look at the what it does when you look at it from
There's
far
a
away.
lot. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's almost like shadows.
It's gorgeous.
So I'm happy.
I'm so glad you had fun doing it.
Oh, it is. I mean, and of course you can put in whatever colors you want.
Right.
You know, something's going to
Yes.
suit you better. Do it.
Right.
I mean, even
I
it's
love
just-
the idea of the candles.
You guys,
That
it
really,
is
you really have
squishy.
to look to think
Did you know
that
they
that's
have,
what they are, but it really does
Did you know they
make
have
it
divorce?
special for a. You know, we often knit for gifts for people.
What
for your
is this
birthday.
stitch?
Which one?
This.
I can get. Hold on. Can
Right
we,
there.
Can we run and get the pattern?
Which part of it?
Just the whole thing.
Maybe that.
Well, she's doing decreases here, like that's a decrease, and then I think.
can grab the pattern.
Well, we would have to read the pattern.
I know,
to
it's
for
beautiful.
sure.
I have the pattern. It's in the
Go get
suitcase.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
Excuse
I
me,
love
pardon me, I'm
whatever
getting up.
whatever it's doing is so cool.
Yeah.
But it looks like she's got. Maybe they're not together. Slipping stitches.
You'll have to excuse my rudeness with my yawning. Yeah, just lately, I don't know if it's the heat
Yeah.
or just the menopause.
It's hard to sleep well
or
when it's hot out.
yeah, so it's just I was up at 4
We
o'clock
have,
this
I
morning.
have, see, I have man up.
Oh, look how good it looks on the
So-
picture. What a gorgeous photo.
You will.
Oh, and it's beautiful.
Oh, that
There we
is so
go.
pretty.
And
Let me hold it nice
You-
and close. Trace,
and-
you look.
you read.
See if you can see what that stitch
Oh,
is.
okay.
I just want to show this up close.
She does something where it's a knit front and back and then a knit two together. And I
That's
bet
fun.
you that's what that
That
is.
is.
She's done just a beautiful job.
Okay, so that's fun to have something that's a little bit different than you're used to. I love learning
And the fact that
stitches
it has
like
a
that.
tutorial, you know, that helps
Yeah.
a lot for
Yeah.
people
It
too.
does help. Some people are visual and just need
Oh,
a little
that's me.
more explanation.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be me.
That's
Tell me
that's
again,
super
please.
thoughtful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you taking some time off just to have fun this summer? Because
I
Dick's a
am.
party.
Dick's a party. I am. I'm gonna. Spend some time at the beach.
No, where's the beach?
Sabo Beach up by Owen Sound. So I'll
Okay.
go up there. I don't get to go far. I was in St. John's for Worldwide Knit and Public Day.
Okay,
That is
tell us
very
about
cool.
that.
I went to Cast On, Cast Off, which is a gorgeous little shop in St. John's, Newfoundland.
Okay.
It is so exciting. I mean, we had a ball. Wonderful people, friendly people.
Lots of guy knitters.
No, actually
No?
there was. There was 2 guy knitters there. That was it.
Okay,
There's
well
only
that's
2 guys.
good though. I feel like that's
I mean,
it's
Edmonton.
rare.
We're doing a men's knit night on Saturday night, and I think there's like 5 guys
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
But-
It's a very thin pool.
well, and
for-
we don't
for
have the
that here.
population here,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it's
to
too
be able
bad.
to sustain it. You know, to have these big knit groups. Toronto would be a different idea.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have a lot of guys
Yeah.
there.
That's why I get very excited when I see men in yarn shops shopping
So-
for themselves.
I get excited.
And I don't want to make it a big deal, but I do love seeing, cross generational and across both sexes and young and old and everything.
And the gays.
And the gays.
Love the
Gotta
gays.
get-
Are you
gotta
kidding?
keep
They're my
them in there.
favorite.
You know, got to keep
They're
them
always
happy.
my favorite.
Lord knows if you
Happy
got one
Bright
Pride.
colors.
Happy Pride Month, Richard.
Exactly, it was
Yes.
too. It is.
Do you
It
go
still
in?
is.
There is a giant one in Toronto. Do you go?
I've been once in my life.
Was it crazy?
I
It
have.
was absolutely crazy.
It's like going to Mardi Gras.
It was. It was just. It was.
Speaking of gold skin tight shorts,
We were talking earlier.
Right.
It was. It was fun. I like the music. I want to go because I just want to dance.
I
you
love a
know.
good parade, though.
Huh?
I love
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
'cause
show.
You get to see. I mean, some of these drag queens are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, they
Okay,
are.
one day I want to go to DragCon, and I'm
Oh,
not
I
even
mean-
kidding.
They make some of these men make better looking
They
women
do.
than
Without a
some women-
doubt.
Oh, I'm just thinking all that work.
They certainly know more about beauty and hair than I do. That's for sure.
It is.
But that's really fun.
It is fun, and it's it is the floats. It's music. It's just
And
a
do you love
free-for-all.
living out in the country? Like, is it your favorite thing?
I do.
Yeah.
I really. It is. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's peaceful. There's no neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, now I will say, I don't look the greatest sometimes. I don't get off the farm for
Yeah, but
5 days.
that's a plus for me. It's like
Oh.
you don't have to do your hair or look at good.
so you
can
don't
just
see
be-
anybody. You could
I-
days. Without,
I have the ladies who work with us, the couriers. So there's the odd
Yeah,
courier. I have to
right.
make sure I look half decent
Right.
for because
You gotta be dressed for that guy.
You got to be dressed for him. And so we do. He's got one that's not. He's kind of buff. And anyhow, so but I mean, there will be days when I need to shave. I hope
Yes.
I'm walking the dogs, and I hope no one is on Google Earth looking at me.
Right.
Oh my
Because I mean,
God.
I've got the,
Oh my
the
God,
plaid lumber jacket
that is
on.
paranoid.
Google Earth.
Google Earth. I think there's gonna be someone going, "That's not a fashion statement."
Well, I've
you
seen
know?
some sweaty selfies of you, so yes, I feel like at once point somebody's going to need a shower.
Exactly.
Well,
Oh my
that's-
gosh.
You're lucky. I think living where there's lots of space like that
Oh,
is
it's nice. It is
it's
nice.
beautiful.
But I mean, there is the odd time. It's like, can I just go to town, please? I need to see another human.
Right.
No, there's only so many conversations you can have with the dogs.
What's
So-
your next big trade show? Will we see you at Knit City?
I don't know. I'm doing a lot of the trunk shows with shops. So
Okay.
I will be going to the R Maker Life Conference in Chicago.
Okay.
Stitches West or Stitches Midwest, Chicago, August. I have a
Oh.
10-foot by 30-foot booth.
Oh, so you're going to have giant.
That's a
booth.
biggie.
So
Now,
I've got a
who
big
who
booth.
comes with you to work that?
Knitting Friends.
Good.
So I have
Because
knitting
that's a
friends that
giant
come.
booth.
Yeah, it
And
is.
those are big shows.
And we're gonna do in this one a bunch of yarns that are limited just to that show.
Oh,
That's
really
exciting.
fun.
I'm selling off a lot of my samples. My loving partner is right. As much as I hate to admit it,
He
Right.
won't
I
ever-
will not use all this yarn before I
Right.
die.
Right.
Let somebody else have some fun.
Right.
Yeah, no,
And it's
a
not
nice
a competition to use it before you die.
No.
It's a collection.
It's a wonderful.
Nobody worries about the
collection.
guy that collects baseball cards his whole life.
True.
But apparently too much yarn is a bad thing.
It is, it's like what? No, it can't be. But I just want someone else to have fun with it because
Yeah.
I mean, as
You
much
do
as
want it to get knit, right?
I do,
Yeah.
and I'm not good with patience of knitting lace.
Yeah. Oh,
there's certain
God,
special
forget it.
people that want to do lace weight.
Yes.
They need to have that lace weight that's sitting there
Yes.
because I am.
Do you do
not-
lace weight?
We don't do lace weight as one of our lines, but
Yeah.
I have lace weight that is dyed up that I need to sell.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your bases if I go to your shop?
100 Papino, 100% merino, super fine, super wash. So
It's
and with
beautiful.
the high twist, which is our main seller.
It's beautiful.
100% merino super wash worsted weight.
Oh, okay.
So we have the worsted
I
weight.
have that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's what I knit with generally because
I should have brought my Richard DeVries yarn.
So it's a better. My attention span is suited for
Worsted
large-
is a great weight to actually get results. If you
Yeah.
don't have a ton of time to knit, that's
Sorry,
a really good
I'm
thing.
impatient. If it's not DK or higher, I'm not knitting it in a garment.
Well, that's the thing. This is why that lace weight's got to go because I'm not
Totally.
doing it either.
It's true.
Then we have our Theed, which is a 80% super fine superwash merino with 20% nylon, the official sock yarn. Although we use
Okay,
it in a lot of other.
But I
yarns.
have that, and I haven't knit it. It is so beautiful. It should be the next socks on my
Do you have
nails.
any yarn in your bag?
Well, we were looking
Yeah,
at
I do.
kits.
I do.
Okay.
So I have Raw Richard as
Oh,
because we're giving some away.
Oh yes, Richard. Oh my gosh. So yes, as part of our Canada Knit Along,
He's brought
Richard
gifts
has
for you guys.
brought kits that will be. Oh my God! See how
Look at
beautiful
how
So
it
that's
is.
the
Fun it
yarn before it's knit. That's what it looks like.
your yarn is. So beautiful. And you went from the
Richard.
tags to the ball bands.
Yes.
What do you think?
No more dingly bits.
What do you think? No more dangles? Okay.
No more dangly bits.
I thought you
So
guys would be.
it works much better. The
It's
shop,
very nice.
The shop owners like
It's
it.
really clean to
Yeah.
have that
The
displayed like
band.
that.
And
Yeah,
so-
Richard
so
used to have a hanging tag, which was also pretty, but I
But no.
like a ball band.
It's the
very-
evolution of the business.
It is. It's just a little. I agree.
So it's how you learn.
And you
how
must
learn.
save time.
So,
Oh my
yeah.
God, tying on those things must take forever.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Okay, show it to us knit up.
That
this?
That's this.
Oh, okay.
This is just other ones I had. This is our feed. It's the sock yarn.
Okay.
So and it is not
I
dyed as
bought a
self-striping. That's how it came out.
just at that tension.
Yeah,
it just
that's
sort
happy times.
This looks like a micro stripe almost.
That's
So-
gorgeous.
Are these to fit you?
Yes. These are my socks. These are done on one of the old crank machines.
Oh,
the
you're
old sock
kidding.
crankers. So just to do as samples. So I had somebody do them up for me.
Do you have someone locally that
Yeah,
has
a
those?
crank-
Yeah.
We're buying a
I-
sock machine.
Are you? Well, we have they have these things called crank-ins. So where all these
Where you? That sounds a
all
little
the pi-
kinky.
I know the crank. Would you like to come to the crank?
We're gonna crank tonight. Are you
We're-
coming? Are you coming?
Okay, I have to tell you, back to St. John's. I have to go step back.
Speaking
back
of
to
cranking.
back to St. John's. One of the nice things there was the husbands that came with their wives, and the husbands were knitting too.
That's
They
awesome.
took an interest in their wife.
I've
and
asked my husband, and he said
and
no.
there was this gentleman, Pat, and he was a delight, and
Really?
he really supported his wife. Everywhere his wife was going and doing stuff, he was there, and he was knitting too.
I would love it if my husband would just knit a hat.
So
Just to say, just to see if you love it or hate it or are indifferent
Yeah.
or whatever. But he wears hats, so I think it would be fun to knit yourself a hat.
I can't
no?
see my husband ever. And when I say
No.
that, I can't ever see him.
I
knitting.
can't see it either. It's never going to happen.
Can
but
you
I
see
just think it would be
Jeff?
fun. No,
Yeah,
So,
no.
but
I
you
can
know,
actually see Jeff.
but he loves
the
his knitted
results.
hats.
So
Yeah. One day I'll make him socks.
See,
but
I like
forget
doing
it.
toques. I do a lot of toques.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Because then I do hats for the homeless.
Well, what's
Yeah.
the
You
difference
know.
between a toque and a hat?
Nothing. It's just to confuse the Americans.
The homeless get hats.
No.
And the
Well, they
toque
don't
actually-
have the hats for the homeless rhymes. What are we going to do?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
toques
No, I
for the
gotcha.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know either. Hats for homeless sounds better. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
so that's it.
No, I do. They're a great gift, and they're certainly
Yeah.
great charity knitting.
That's it. So I mean, we did
Okay,
that.
so I can't even tell you how much fun I had.
This is fun.
This has
I'm glad we
been-
did this.
Okay, so
So much
Richard,
fun.
if any of you guys, this is going to be uploaded later tonight, so you're going to be able to see it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you guys are in the area and would like to see Richard, River City Yarns, one of our local yarn shops, is hosting Richard this weekend. Tell us
true.
when you're going to be there.
I am there tomorrow from 2:00 until 6.
And you're just there visiting trunk
We're
show,
doing
yarn.
trunk show. We're doing little bring in your projects. We've got
Yarn
pictures.
schmoozing.
Yarn schmoozing. Take pictures.
Meet and greet.
Questions. And, period. You can ask me stuff. And just spending time with the knitters.
You'll have a blast.
And the thing is, I like seeing what the knitters
We
do.
have
I do
great
too.
knitters in Edmonton. we
this
really
is
do.
Just with the knitters, period. Because
Yeah.
I see the yarn in the pan.
Yeah,
I see the yarn in the skein.
yeah,
Then I want to see what you do with it.
totally.
I like to see, hey, what did you create? Because then I get inspired too.
Yeah.
People have ideas. We got to listen to people.
It's so true.
And so, and then on Saturday, we're doing the same thing again. And then we're having a men's knitting from 6 to 8 p.m.
So anybody,
Wow.
Anybody can come.
Friday, Saturday.
Friday,
but especially
Saturday.
the
Yep.
guys, come hang
Yeah.
out if you're the
Yeah,
guys.
River
yeah.
City
But
Yarns.
no,
that's
everybody
fun.
should come
Yeah, they should. So it's
because
great
you're a big hoot. Everybody's gonna love you.
I just wanted to mention Mrs. Brown's bags. The summer 15 code is, or 15% off is through the weekend.
Okay.
So
Hi.
I will have a link to Richard's shop, and I will have a link to my shop, and maybe other
And we
links.
should probably link the celebration pattern. And,
Yes.
yeah.
So use code SUMMER15, but information will be down below.
Okay. Save yourself some cash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get a new bag.
I bought some new bags.
Good.
So-
They're beautiful.
There.
Well,
Okay.
I think we're gonna go have some dinner. We're gonna go have.
We're gonna go have
We're
little
gonna go have
nibbles.
cocktails instead of knitting cocktails. We're gonna go have cocktails,
Okay, hell yeah.
and we're gonna just have the rest a nice little visit. I love it. This was a treat. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad that it
Oh, this
finally.
was so much fun. I was
Okay,
so
good.
looking forward to
Me
this.
too.
So-
Me too.
And all the yarn and the kits we showed are going to be giveaways
Yeah.
for our
yeah.
Canadian Cal.
July
so thank
1st,
you, Dick.
we will launch our Canada Knit Along,
Yeah.
and how exciting to have these patterns and kits to look forward to. I love it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
you.
Happy
Bye,
knitting.
Richard.
Cheers.